Tonight's racing show is presented by Chad Rat Construction, Henny Microsprints, and Sprint Cage Kart Wings, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company, DirtTrackRacers.com, and Brody Manning Motorsports. Tonight on the Josh Nolan, and before we kick things off here, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the green flag waving. Tonight on the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show, we have superstar Cade Fox. Welcome to the show, Cade.
Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem. So, Cade, how did you end up becoming a part of this awesome sport?
When I was about 11, we were going through COVID, so they asked me if I wanted to race cars or race a dirt bike, and I chose a car, and that's what ended up happening.
Okay. So, did you set some goals when you first started racing?
Um, Not really. So the goal at first was to just kind of get introduced to the sport, and then after that, we people have realized that I got a little bit of talent, so we started making some progress.
Okay. Some of your goals, okay, that you've got in racing, have you achieved some of them goals?
I have.
Okay. Okay. So, what makes you love this sport so much, Cade?
The people and just the atmosphere is really cool in racing.
Okay. Does your race weekends ever get stressful?
Uh, they can, depending on the situation that we're in.
Oh,
Okay.
they're stressful.
Okay. What does an average race weekend look for you guys? Look like for you guys?
Ooh, that all depends. So if we're racing locally, here, we spend the week setting up the car, and we'll go down morning the track opens, get some test sessions in, adjust the car based on what Cade is telling us, and then hope for the best results possible in the main. We're heading out to Las Vegas Speedway, and Cade's racing the bull ring this weekend. So
Okay.
we'll be leaving tomorrow night. Car is in the process of being set up. We'll be leaving tomorrow night. Get down to the track. Hopefully Friday morning. Get things ready so when the track does open on Saturday, we can make some final adjustments and hit practice when the green flag drops.
Okay. So, okay, here's another question for you. What does an average day at the shop look like for you guys, the race shop?
Ooh, that's interesting. So normally it kind of depends. So either it's me by myself or it's me and my grandfather, and then we'll kind of just go through the car, make sure everything looks right, tighten things. If we need to change something out, we'll do that. Um, Drain oil, change gears if we need to. Yeah.
And, and,
Okay.
I would like to add, like Cade was saying, what he loved most about racing. We've had so many people help us out through the way, and through this process, and him maturing as a driver. Couldn't have gotten here without the help of local drivers, local teams, Rocky Mountain Motorsports, and Kevin Steinke, his son Austin, who is 9, races quarter midgets and some flat track go-karts. He also runs a super late team. He's been instrumental in helping Cade out. And then right now we're getting help with setup from one of our local legends, no pun intended. But that his name is Kyle Clegg. So he helps
Okay.
us out with shop nights also.
So, do you and your crew get along pretty good together?
I think so, yeah. We've had a pretty good relationship.
So, what is your most favorite tracks you've raced on, Cade?
So right now it's either the bull ring or Tucson. Tucson's fun because you can't run it like a normal oval track. You kind of have to stay in like a mid to high line through the corner, which was fun.
Okay. Oh yeah. So, what is your least favorite track you've raced on?
Ooh, that's hard. I don't really have a least favorite track. I really do like our short tracks, even though that they could be in better condition. I really like racing at them.
Okay. So when you win races, Cade, what does it feel like to win races?
It's exciting for sure. Yeah, it's fun to be out there and prove that I could do it.
And how do you celebrate your victories?
Ooh, last time I won a race, I did a little drift throughout the corner, but that was a lot. Yeah, that was a
You like to beat on the hood
yeah.
or the top of the car.
Yeah, when I get out, I'd be on the top of the car.
Okay. So is Legends gonna be as far as you go, or how far where are you going at next from your Legend career?
Right now we are ooh. So we are planning to go further. So right now with our connection with Kevin Steinke, we're hoping to get into a super late model in the future, and then maybe run a pro late, or sorry, not a pro late, pro truck in the future as well.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Cade, so is your school pretty understanding as far as you being a race car driver and being at the track on the weekends, or
It's weird. So a lot of the teachers think it's really cool, and then my friends don't really care as much.
And
okay,
And my dad works at the school.
so
okay,
he's got
okay, okay, okay. So Cade, you're looking at going into a super late model. That's going to be pretty cool. Have you kind of been testing in one at all, or?
No, so that's the plan in the upcoming future is to test.
this summer.
Okay, okay. So, what tracks are you going to be racing at this year besides Vegas?
We'll be racing at Highway 92, Colorado National Speedway, and then maybe I-25 if that track decides to open.
Dominion.
Okay. Would you ever consider making the trip down to Charlotte to race some of them races, or?
That's a consideration for sure.
Okay, okay. Because I know you probably would like to do that whole Thursday Thunder deal down there, right?
Hmm. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. So, Cade, so what's your weather like out there right now where you're at?
Today it was windy. It was nice throughout the day, and then as soon as the sun started to go down, it got pretty windy. And then, but other than that, it's been pretty nice. It's been sunny.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the mic to you, and you can ask me some questions if you'd like.
Ooh. What's the favorite track you've been to?
I've had quite a few favorite tracks. One of them is Jackson Motorplex, awesome dirt track. Then there's been Knoxville, Iowa for the Knoxville Nationals. That's pretty insane. Boone Super Nationals, one of the best races ever. And then I've been to, shoot, I've been to Fairmont Raceway, which is a high banked half mile dirt track. Awesome racing. And then I've also been to Humboldt Dragway, where they do drag racing. Been to Britt, Iowa for Night of 1,000 Stars, which is a huge IMCA deal. Um, and that is probably Spencer, Iowa. I've been to Spencer, Iowa, which is a dirt track, and then Algona Raceway also. So yeah, I've been to a few tracks.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Who is your favorite driver?
my favorite driver. Okay, you specify series. Which series are you talking about?
Ooh. Let's go midgets.
Midgets. Back in the day, your dad probably remembers this name. I was a big Rich Vogler fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich Vogler and then Robbie Stanley also. Yeah. Yep. Now
Um,
sprint car wise, Cade, if you want to go that route, that's kind of a toss up because I've been a Joey Saldana fan, Shane Stewart fan when Joey left. But before that, I was a Mark Kinzer fan. Mark Kinzer, oh my God, that guy could do things behind the wheel. Oh yeah. Doug Wolfgang, Yeah.
Wow, now you're throwing around names from my childhood.
Oh yes, yes. And you know
Uh,
what's really cool, Cade and Jesse, is I was at the Knoxville Nationals when Mark Kinzer won his second one in '99. And we were there for all 4 days, and we were sitting on the backstretch for the final night. Me and my friend or my cousin, I believe it was, we were sitting there, and the person I was down there with, leaned over and he says to me, he says, "So before the feature starts, who's your pick?" And I says, "I really don't have a solid pick to win this." I says, "It's going to be interesting." He's like, "Well, I'm going to pick Mark Kinzer," and I was like, "Do you think Mark's going to be able to pull this off?" And he's like, "Just wait and see." So about 5 to 6 laps before into the feature, they had a pile up in corner 1 and 2 with I think the first two cars, and it was an open red flag, which means open red flag in sprint car racing. You can do whatever you want to do to the car, make adjustments, whatever. Well, he says to me, he says, "So, who's your pick now?" And I says, "I still don't have a pick." And he says, "Well, I'm sticking with Mark Kinzer." And I says, I finally called him. I said to him, "Why are you picking Mark Kinzer?" He says, "Because," he says, "his dad, Carl Kinzer, is going to do something to that car, and that car is going to be unstoppable." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He says, "Just wait and see." And sure enough, Carl Kinzer went and did something to that car. And ever since when they dropped that green flag till the end of the race, Mark Kinzer was unstoppable. He was just phenomenal. Yeah, yeah.
any other questions?
I don't think so.
Um, let's see. You follow pretty closely the youth racing circuit. Have you been
Yeah.
keeping up with the legend classes?
Oh
Have
yeah. Yes, some of it. Because Cole Denton races in there, in the legend classes, and then also Lane Christensen's going to be racing in that this year too. So yes, yes,
got it.
yeah.
Who's your pick for the national champion this year?
I really don't know. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight. You got all that talent. And I'll tell you what, if Cade gets down there, it's going to be a tough fight between if Cade gets down there, it's going to be a tough fight between them three.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
hoping. Yeah, I know getting down to Charlotte and out east is more on me and his grandfather than it is on him. So
Yeah.
we've got to get our ducks in a row.
Yeah. So Jesse and Cade, do you guys watch National Hot Rod Association drag racing at all?
Every once in a while, I'll tune in. Yeah.
So here's a question for you guys. Do you guys know the horsepower that goes on behind a top fuel dragster in a funny car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's just insane. 10,000 horsepower strapped to you.
it's insane. Hey,
Yeah, very much.
oh, I was going to say, living here in Colorado, we were spoiled because we had Thunder Mountain and Bandimere Speedway for
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
Vandermeer. I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
There's
Oh yeah, Vandermeer, definitely.
we've watched a lot of I grew up so his grandfather who works on the car the majority of the time, he was in an HRA for a really long time, building cars and motors, and we would go to a lot of tracks. There's nothing like going to the mountain. Bandamere's awesome, or was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, back in the day, you guys, I was a big fan of Eddie Hills. Eddie
Oh
that
yeah.
drove the Pennzoil Top Field Dragster. Your dad remembers that name, and then also been a fan over the years of John Force, and I can't believe Force is in his 70s still out there doing it.
I was gonna say I can't believe he's still turning laps. I know.
Somebody said to him, "This is, somebody said a while back, this is they're just going to bury him in the car." It's just that
Uh, probably
you'll
have
never give it up. I don't think
no.
you'll ever.
Yeah, they'll have to force him out before he goes.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, but it's been our pleasure to sit down and talk to you guys about your guys' racing career. Just Cade. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It's
Yes.
been fun having you on.
Yes, and definitely good luck to you this weekend, Cade, with your racing stuff. Hopefully you can pull off a victory and show us what that victory lane celebration is all about.
Thank you.
Thank you for the platform that and thank you for what you're doing for the kids and moving racing forward with the youth. We think it's awesome. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, and Jesse and Cade, I'll tell you a little something before I let you go. Racing show statistics wise, we have 417 subscribers, sorry, and over 12,000 views on YouTube.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yes, and growing and growing. And we're plugging sponsors into it. And yes, definitely. But thank you guys very much for being on the racing show with me tonight. I will let you guys step out. I'm going to give a little racing news update, and I will call you in a little bit to thank you in person, okay?
All right, cool. Thank you so much for having me on.
Again, thank you.
Thank you for
having us on.
Thank you. Not a problem. You guys have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Cade Fox out of Nevada. Definitely out of Colorado, sorry. But, ladies and gentlemen, racing news update wise, last weekend's winner of the Daytona 500 was trying to think. Gosh. All I gotta say is the Daytona 500 was pretty awesome and spectacular to watch. The Busch Series race, Xfinity Series was awesome also. Also, racing news update wise, let's go to Kyle Busch is going to run a few Craftsman Truck Series races this year. So good luck to bring Kyle Busch as he drives for Spire Motorsports. Also, ladies and gentlemen, good luck to Kyle Busch as he drives the number 8 car this year also. Oh, the winner of the Daytona 500 was William Byron. So congratulations to William Byron for picking up the Daytona 500 win. And drag racing is just around the corner, and so is it IndyCar racing. Chip Ganassi and Alex Palou have announced a new sponsorship. They're going to be sponsored by DHL in the IndyCar series. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes, let's get things underway with racing in full blast. But if you'd like to be a part of our racing show or sponsor our racing show, feel free to call or text us at 712-209-7138, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com, because we have some pretty awesome sponsorship packages if you'd like to sponsor our racing show also. But yeah, I'll be right there. Hold on. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so with that being said, you guys have a good night and catch you later. Another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 on YouTube.